How's it going, everybody? I'm Joey. Welcome back to the channel, and I hope that everyone is having a wonderful day, a wonderful week, a wonderful month, all that good stuff. And today I'm going to cast hexagrams using I Ching, and then we're going to see what message comes out for you from the I Ching. Okay, so we're not going to ask a specific question. We're just going to ask what is the overall message that the I Ching wants you to know today. Okay, we're gonna have 3 piles. Okay, the first pile is gonna be represented by the Mermaid. Second pile is gonna be represented by the 2 Giraffes, and the third pile is gonna be represented by an online shopper. Okay, so let you guys view these a little closer. First pile, Mermaid. Second pile, 2 Giraffes. And the third pile is going to be represented by a girl doing some online shopping. Alright. So yeah. So you guys, I'll give you guys a couple of... Well, no. You guys can pause the video and you can see which one of these photos resonate with you, and then go from there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Oh, also, I'm gonna be using Aloha Tarot as a clarifier. We're gonna be using the Universe Has Your Back Oracle cards, and then I'm gonna be using the little Birdie Oracle as well for clarifiers, and to give us more insight after I cast the hexagrams to see what message is there for you. Okay, so I've already pre-cast the hexagrams because I did take a minute, and so we'll get started with the Mermaid pile number 1. Okay. Alright, you guys, if you selected pile number 1, the Mermaid, this is your reading. Okay, and I've already, like I said before, I've already casted the hexagrams for this I Ching reading, and your reading, it is called a test of faith. I'm gonna also pull the clarifier card out of this deck as well for you as well. So, but before we do that, let's go ahead and clear the energy. Okay. And let me go ahead and get a clarifier. Alright, so let's go. So yours is, like I said, your hexagram was 28.3 to 47. Okay, so that is a test of faith. So this one, what that one means is that you need to, at this time, you need to be aware, beware of being stubborn and arrogant, right? Refusing to cooperate with others, and insisting on going about doing things your own way, right? Saying like, oh well, I don't need anybody's help, I can do this all on my own, watch me do it, I don't need nothing from nobody else, and blah blah blah. Just being in that sort of mind frame, and that is a wrong way to be, right? Just imagine like you carrying like a heavy load, right, and you walking on a tightrope. Mind you, the tightrope probably can barely handle your own weight, right? But when you're carrying so much stuff and you walk on that rope, you run the risk of everything just falling down, and you falling down as well, and everything just the whole situation turning into disaster, right? So that's the type of situation that this is speaking about at this time. It's like, it's saying that you need to not be so arrogant, or not be so stubborn that you don't ask for help, or that you don't accept help when you're carrying a lot of stuff, when you're carrying a heavy load, or when you're dealing with a lot of stuff and at one time, and it's like, it's so much stuff, like in reality it's a lot of stuff that maybe one person shouldn't be trying to carry on their own, But you might have the mentality to say, well, I don't need anybody's help, I'll do it all on my own and I'll show everybody whatever, right? But this is telling you that this is not one of those times, because you run the risk of things going wrong, right? You run the risk of things going so bad and things blowing up in your face because you can't do it all by yourself, right? And you run the risk of getting yourself in a situation that is going to be hard for you to get out of, right? It's like you saying, well, okay, I'm not going to listen, or I'm not going to ask for help. I'm going to do it all on my own. I'm going to be stubborn or arrogant or whatever. But then the whole situation blows up in your face, and then you're trapped into like a situation that you can't get out of, and it's like the world is against you because so much stuff is going wrong because you didn't initially ask for help. So yeah, the key thing in this situation is to ask for help, okay, in this situation. And don't be arrogant, and don't be what is the other word that I use? Don't be arrogant or stubborn that you can't ask people for help, you know, because help is available. Take it, you know. Don't think that you have to do everything on your own just to prove XYZ. Accept help when you have it, right? So clarifying your situation is 3 of Wands, and also Judgment. Okay, and Judgment right off the bat is saying that there's a need for a wake-up call, right? And the 3 of Wands also too puts me in the mind of, you know, of course, like you're waiting for your ships to come in, but 3 is more than 2, is more than 1, right? There's more than 1, right? It's not a single wand, it's like 3 wands. So that is representing to me at this time in this situation that it's going to take some teamwork, or it's going to take you receiving help from other people, or accepting help from other people and asking for help from other people, you know, when you have that option to help you with whatever task that you are dealing with at this time, right? And this is a wake-up call for you to heed the warning, right? Heed the warning. And like this is like a time where you have the option of heeding the warning and getting out of your feelings and getting out of this arrogant or stubborn mindset, or getting out of the mindset where like you don't need other people, or you can do it all, I can do it, you know, all by myself kind of attitude, or this lone wolf type of stance in this situation, and allowing yourself to, you know, join with other people, cooperate with other people, work with other people to get things done at this time, because that's going to be where your success is going to lie. And you teaming up with other people, allowing them to help you, you helping them, you know, whole teamwork thing, and you getting something accomplished at this time. So let's see what the little Birdie Oracle says. You have no one owes you anything. It's okay. Do what makes you happy and brings you joy. Okay, yeah. So let's talk about this. No one owes you anything. So yeah, don't have expectations from other people, right? If someone is disappointed you in the past, or like you expected something from somebody and they didn't follow through with it, you shouldn't hold grudges, you know, with people, because think about it, no one owes you anything. You know, they don't owe you and you don't owe them, you know. You are responsible for yourself and yourself alone, right? So you shouldn't put your you shouldn't put expectations on other people. It's not really fair for them, and it's not fair for you as well, because once they don't live up to those expectations, then there you go with dealing with disappointment, right? So just knows that no one owes you anything. And if you have some bad blood with anybody because of that type of situation, it's time for you to let it go and move past it. And if you need to go to that person for help, just go to them and ask them for help, you know. And it says it's okay. Do what makes you happy and brings you joy. So at the end of the day, you have free will. You do what makes you happy, you know, because your life experience and your lessons that you have to learn is based off of, you know, you have a say-so on what you want to learn too, right? Especially if you're given the option, the choice, like in this situation. So what do you really want to do in this situation? Yeah, so it's up to you. You know, if you want to ask for help, ask for help. You know, if you don't want to ask for help, then take it the other way. And this one says simplify your life. You got too much going on at this time. Yeah, you might be dealing with a lot, and it might be time for you to ask for help. You know, to ask for people to help lighten your load, so that, you know, you're not inadvertently creating extra problems for yourself. You know, ask for help, because think about it, right? If you have the option to ask for help and you don't ask for help, and just think about it like this, okay? You have one option to ask for help and it's gonna get you through, and you have another option to not ask for help and it could cause you more problems. So which one seems more appealing, right? Sorry, I got pin on my hand, but yeah, which one seems more appealing, right? So you got to think about that. And your message is, my capacity to tune in to the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I'm lost. So yeah, it's time for you to use your energy of love, words to do positive and clear communication, compassion to forgive people from the past, and the power you need when you're lost, so that you can actually see the reality of the situation and see the benefits that it would be for you forgiving people from the past and having compassion, and also working together with people as well. Okay, so yeah, I hope you make the right decision for yourself, and I wish you all the best at your reading. If you like it, click the like button. If you want to see more, click subscribe. And if you have any suggestions, let me know as well. And if you want a private reading, you can let me know as well. My information is in the description box. I'm doing $1 a minute, starting at 5 minutes. Okay, so take care. Wish you all the best. Ciao. Hello, group number 2. If you selected the second pile with the 2 giraffes, this is your reading. Okay, first and foremost, before we get started, let's go ahead and clear the energy from the previous reading. And today I'm going to also be using the Aloha Tarot for a clarifier. And then we have these, what is this one called? Universe Has Your Back. And then Little Birdie Oracle. Okay, so let me just get a clarifier before we start, and then we'll start. Three, 4, we'll go with it. Okay, so let's start out with this, with the hexagram that I got together for you. So this hexagram means inner truth, all right? So it's like the power of inner truth, power of your inner truth, right? And it talks about you developing a stable sense of yourself, right? Going within, and instead of fighting with yourself, and you know, sometimes we can have self-doubts and our mind can just be so confused that we don't make the right decisions, we misunderstand people, we don't make we sabotage our connections with people because we don't have an inner balance, or we don't have a greater inner knowing of ourself, you know? Because once you know yourself completely, or as much as you can, right? I mean, do we know ourselves completely? But yeah, once you know yourself, you're then able to be more relaxed, and you're able to react or act from a place of more security, from a more secure place, and a place that's more in line with your true being and who you truly are. So that's what this one is talking about. This one is talking about cultivating stability, inner stability within yourself, not fighting with yourself, you know, and establishing an objective understanding of what's going on in your mind, you know, and using this to promote inner harmony within yourself, because that's going to help you with your connections with other people. Because the second part of this hexagram, well, you have 61.1 and 5. Well, 5 of this hexagram is talking about unions happening, wonderful unions and reunions happening, right? Like you're meeting new people and new people coming back in, or old people coming back into your lives, right? So by you aligning yourself with an inner harmony, or you balancing yourself on the inside, taking time, like relaxing, calming down, meditating, praying, visualizing what you want, or just taking the time to calm and relax your mind so that you could, get in touch with who you truly are. That's going to bring you in alignment to bring in a total, like a complete variety of different types of people coming into your life, right? New people and old people. But this sense of inner peace and calm is going to make you very, how can I say, it's going to make you very electric, right? You're going to be, people are going to be attracted to you, coming into your life, establishing all types of relationships, friendships, it could be romantic relationships, anything, any type of relationships, platonic and romantic, whatever. It's going to make you, by you calming yourself and you coming into more a relaxed being, or a more secure inner being within yourself, that's going to, be the catalyst for that attraction to happen from bringing more people into your life. So that's that's always a beautiful thing. So let's see what clarifiers we have here. We have Judgment. We have Wheel of Fortune. We have Five of Swords. And then we have Knight of Swords. So this is telling me too that it's time for a wake-up call. Definitely, it's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to not fight with yourself, to not fight with other people, to get out of your ego. Kind of like, don't deal with anything ego-based. It's time for you to get connected with your true self, beyond competing with other people, or beyond arguing, or fighting with other people, having to be right, getting one up on another person. It's time for you to get past and go past all of that. And with the Wheel of Fortune, you definitely have a shot at that if you would like, because I see things getting better, connections healing, connections being more aligned with reality, you know what I'm saying, with their true potential, connections being more aligned with their true potential, the true reality of those connections. And definitely there's going to be a lot of action, there's going to be a lot of exciting times that are coming up for you. So you need to be ready mentally and prepared for this, so that you can foster genuine connections with people that last the test of time. You want to make sure that you are centered and balanced yourself, that you forgive people from the past, that you're not holding on to grudges, that you clear up any misunderstandings, anything like that, or that, especially that what you want out of life and yourself better, right? So that you're not swayed here, swayed there, so that you're not following behind the wrong crowds, the wrong people, or being persuaded, or being led by the wrong people. It's, if you know yourself, then nobody else can control you, or nobody else can sway you to do something that's outside of yourself, right? So you're gonna want to make sure that you have a strong sense of self and balance on the inside when you're dealing with people, because a lot of people are going to be coming into your life, and so you're going to need to be ready and balanced so that you'll be able to establish the correct connections for yourself, that's for your highest good, and make lasting relationships. Let's see what the little Birdie Oracle says. They have nosy friends. It can be annoying. So someone may be coming into your life, right? Could be a friend, could be a love interest, anybody, but yeah, this person might have friends who are all up in their business. Gotta know everything, gotta know what's going on, all that. I was gonna say good stuff, but that's not good. Being nosy is not good, bruh. Don't try to manipulate anyone to satisfy your own selfish needs. So yeah, once you develop that inner security within yourself and that inner harmony, you're not going to want to try to manipulate other people. You're going to accept people for who they are, and you're going to accept connections for what the connections are, right? You're not going to try to have people do what you want them to do or what you expect them to do. You're just going to allow things to flow, right? If they don't flow how you want it to flow, or you're not expecting, but expecting it to flow, which you shouldn't be having expectations when it comes to other people, because we all have free will, right? But when it's not going that way, then you'll be able to be like, well, it's all cool, and then you'll still be, cordial with that person, still be friendly with that person, right? So have a strong sense of self so that you're not putting stuff out or projecting stuff out on other people, Next one is make sure you set healthy boundaries with others. So you need to set healthy boundaries with others. Even when you have this one that says they have nosy friends, it can be annoying. If you don't want somebody in your business, draw the line in the sand and keep them out of your business, If you don't want somebody all over in your territory or being too intrusive, because some people, people do that kind of stuff, especially when they're attracted to you, be it platonic or be it romantically. When people are attracted to you, they want to know more about you, and sometimes people don't adhere, or they don't acknowledge boundaries, right? Or they don't even think about boundaries. But you got to put your foot down and make sure you set healthy boundaries with people, and don't allow people to put their issues on you, or don't allow them to invade your personal space. Make sure you keep your personal space so you can keep your personal peace of mind as well. The next one you have is take it slow and easy. Only fools rush in. Don't be that fool. So with these new experiences and new people coming in, make sure that you're just taking the time, taking the time to get to know people, set boundaries, build a relationship, with people, and that you're not just rushing in and just speeding through all the steps, skipping steps, and just rushing to the finish line. No, you have to go through A, B, C, D, E, F, G, element of P. You have to go through all of those, and you can't skip any of those steps, because you want to make sure that when you're building foundations with people, that you're building solid foundations with them, and you're setting healthy boundaries as well, right? It's not always about you, so think about other people as well. It's not always relationships, like I said, be it platonic or romantically. It's not only about you, it's about other people too, so you have to keep that in mind. It's not about you, it's other people too. Next one, is time for you to grow up. So if you've been dealing with the immature way of being, it's time for you to grow up. It's that wake up call with the judgment card, right? It's doing away with this Five of Swords type of energy as well. It's time for you to put your big boy boxers on, put your big girl panties on, and be an adult, and step into more mature energy and a more mature way of dealing with other people. The next card you have is attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation or merely calls for help. Attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation or merely calls for help. So if you've done this type of thing in the past when dealing with other people, like attack people or reacted because you were in pain, or something that they did that they didn't meet your expectations, might have caused you pain, judgment, and it caused you to separate from them, cut them off, or all this stuff. It's time for you to let all that stuff go, and you to heal from whatever triggered that type of reaction out of you. It's time for you to get down to whatever triggered it, so that you could clear your mind and get back down to healing yourself and having inner balance as well, and a peace of mind as well. Okay, so that's what the I Ching has for you at this time. If it resonated, let me know. Like the video, subscribe if you want to see more. If you have any suggestions, let me know. If you would like a personal reading, let me know as well. My information is in the description box. I'm doing $1 a minute, starting at 5 minutes, okay? And I wish you all the best, okay? Much love to you all. Ciao. All right, you guys, if you selected pile number 3, the woman, girl, shopping, doing some online shopping, baby. I'm ready to do some online shopping myself. But yeah, this is your reading. First and foremost, before we get started, we'll go ahead and clear the energy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull some clarifiers as well so that we can start it. All right, so now that we got a clarifiers, let's get this show on the road. Yeah. Alright, so your hexagram that we got for your I Ching, it says the well. So with this one, 48.1, so what that one is saying is that if you're surrounded by people who are not able to uplift you, not able to help you get to your goals, and I'm not saying in a way that it is like you're just using people to help you do that. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that if the people that are around you are not positive influences or positive additions, or people around you who help uplift you, who you're learning from in a positive way, you're learning to improve yourself. If they're not those types of people, then you really need to think about why you're keeping them in your life, you know? So let's say that you have friends in your life. You have friends or people around you who keep you stagnant in a certain type of energy that is not conducive with you growing and you maturing as an individual. You moving on from one level to the next, or you're going higher. If they're not promoting that within you, then you need to think about why you keep them in your life, and you need to think about who you choose to surround yourself around and who you choose to keep in your life, you know? Because it talks about this hexagram talks about somebody who neglects their self improvement. Neglects their self-development is what I meant. And they're just like throwing their life away, or their life is just going by them and they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything to improve. They're not doing anything to spiritually grow. They're not doing anything to advance themselves in life, you know? And you should think about it, right? If you have self-respect, if you don't have self-respect, you can't expect other people to respect you that's around you. If you don't have love for yourself, you can't expect people around you to love you either, you know? So that is something that you need to think about. You need to, if that is not something that you're doing, you might be preoccupied with superficial things, or preoccupied with, worldly things that don't really coincide with fostering an environment that allows you to grow spiritually, that allows you to grow mentally, that allows you to grow within your life in itself, right? If you're not surrounded by people like that, you need to think about who you have around you. That is very, very, very important, because your self-development is very, very important as well, right? It's okay to have fun with people. It's okay to go out and, enjoy yourself, from time to time. But your majority of the focus needs to be on your self-development, so that a year from now, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, you don't look back and say, what the hell have I been doing this whole time? Like, what have I accomplished this whole time? Like, what have I done? And then you find yourself that you're at square one, and then 10 years later, you're still at that same square, because you've not developed, you've not achieved anything, you've not worked at anything, you've not accomplished anything. That's what this hexagram is talking about. This is that you need to focus. It's time for you to focus on your self-development. And if people around you aren't in line with that, then you need to cut people out. You know, let's see what you have for clarifiers from the Aloha Tarot. You have 4 of Wands. You have 6 of Wands. And then you have Star. So yeah, this is saying to me that if you take the time to work on your self-development, it's like, you know, it's like just think of it this way, right? Let's think of a parent that has a child who's graduated high school, but now the child is like, has gone from going to high school to just sleeping and hanging out in the basement, playing PlayStation or Xbox. And years go by, 2 years go by, 3 years go by. They don't know what they want to do. They're working at the local gas station, local GameStop. I'm not saying that anything is wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with working at those places. But what I'm saying is that time is going by, and this child or this person who's moving into adulthood has not developed a plan to take himself from, you know, being a quote-unquote child to an adult that has responsibilities, that has goals, that achieves things and moves towards, you know, material development and also spiritual development as well, you know. So this is like saying that if you take the time to focus on your self-development and focus on your self-respect, focus on you know, treating yourself with respect, setting boundaries with other people, demanding respect from other people, loving yourself, developing yourself spiritually as well, you know, valuing yourself, and not hanging around people who don't value themselves and who don't love themselves or who don't respect themselves. You know, not being around people like that, but being around, if you're gonna be around people who love, respect, and honor and value themselves, who take themselves seriously. I'm not saying that you have to be like, what's that word? You gotta be like a prude. You gotta be like so everything is so serious. Like I can't smile, I can't do anything. Not like that, you know. It's like, I'm just saying that it's time for you to focus on achieving something for yourself, you know. Focus on yourself. Focus on your development. Like, you may have halted your development. You might have surrounded yourself with superficial things that are fun. Yes, they're fun, but that can't be the main center and focus of your life. You have to have a real solid foundation, and then that needs to be just like the side thing, you know, not the other way around. But if you do that, then you are headed for a victory with the 6 of Wands, and you're headed for celebration. You're headed for reunions with people. You're headed for this is even the marriage card. You're headed for some good things in your life, a good time in your life, you know, more comfortable time in your life, a time when you feel, when you're surrounded by people who just feel like home, right? They're perfect for you. You're aligned with each other. You feel good being around them. You can trust them. You can count on them. You can depend on them, you know. You can go to them for advice, or decent, good advice, right? Constructive advice. And also your dreams, and you can live out your dreams, your hopes, and focus on those areas as well, you know. But if you don't, it's like you miss out on opportunities, you miss out on development. Let's see what the little Birdie Oracle says as well. All right, you have someone's jealous of your connections with other people. Keep your wits about yourself. Stay alert. So there's somebody around you who might not want you to move on, right? You might be meeting other people who are more stable in life, or who have more focus, more how do I say it, like more self-respect, more self-love, people who are promoting who promote and who live in a more positive mindset, in a more positive environment, you know. But there's someone around you who might not want to see you move into that mental space, or that space in life in general, you know. The next card, it says flirt, but don't take it too serious unless they step their game up. Or it could also be somebody who's interested in you right now, interested in you right now, but they're not really. I kind of like see them as a distraction, right? I see this person who's not liking your connections with other people as a distraction, just trying to keep you in a certain energy, keep you on a certain spiritual level, you know, keep you trapped and not wanting to see you rise above and beyond that and do better for yourself, you know. You got exes for a reason, so this could be an ex that's hanging around and that's not leaving, you know. It says maybe it's working, maybe it's not. They're trying to impress you because they think you're hot. Yeah, so this person is trying to pull out all the stops and trying to lure you back in or keep you within their grasp. So it's time for you to move on, you know. And this could also be, when it's talking about self-development and self-love, this could be about your relationships as well, right? The people you choose to date, the people you choose to, yeah, we were talking about that before. People you choose to spend your time with, you know? It's like, if you don't respect and love yourself, if you don't honor yourself and value yourself, these people will never do it, you know? It starts with you first and foremost. You have to respect, you have to honor, you have to value yourself first, and then people will do the same because they see that, hey, this person has self-dignity, this person has self-respect. I can't do XYZ to this person, so I have to fall in line, you know? Or I have to fall in line, or I have to fall back out of this person's life. So this ex, keep in mind that exes are exes for a reason. So if there's an ex around you who's trying to keep you from moving forward, it's time for you to just break it off, you know? I mean, at the end of the day, it's up to you. You do what you want to do in your life, you know, because it's your life, your lessons you have to learn and all that. So it's up to you. So it says if you want something, you have to let it in, be receptive. So I sense that you want something new. You want new things to happen. You want, you might even want marriage, right? With the Four of Wands card, you might even want a relationship with somebody that could go to marriage. You know, you might want success in that area. You might want success in your life in general. You might want to, there's some dreams that you want to see come true, but they may not be able to come true with this person because this person may not be mature enough to step into that type of energy. They may not be at this point in time, they may not be ready for that type of thing. That might not be where they are in their journey, you know? So just keep that in mind as well. Now this message that you got is obstacles or detours in the right direction. So yeah, maybe this was something that you wanted to work out. Maybe you wanted this person to treat you a certain kind of way, but it just didn't work out. And you know that it's not right for you. Like, you know deep down inside that this is not the right situation that I need to be in. But know that this obstacle is there for a reason. This obstacle is there to point you and to guide you and to push you towards the right direction, you know? Push you towards the right path that's going to get you the things that you've been dreaming about, right? That's going to get you the marriage and the celebration, you know, and you in connection with your, like, you got 1111 symbology here with your, like, if you believe in that, like your twin flame or soulmate or something like that, you know? It could get you in line with that. It could get you successful, you succeeding in what you want to succeed in, but you just have to know your worth, you know? You gotta know your worth. This time for you to decide to do something or make something of yourself, you know? Don't waste your time on people who don't want what you want, right? You have to align yourself with people who want what you want. You have to, if you want marriage, if you want success in career, if you want a house, let's say if you want to buy a car, anything, align yourself with people who are aligned with that, who can show you the way, who can uplift you, who can help you, not with people who are going to hold you back and just take from you spiritually, energetically, financially, physically, anything, you know? It's time for you to really, really think about that, okay? All right, that was your reading. If it resonated with you, like the video, let me know. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. If you have any suggestions, let me know as well. And also, if you want a personal reading, let me know as well. My information is in the description box below. And I'm doing $1 a minute readings, so starting at 5 minutes. So yeah, just let me know if you want something like that, okay? And I wish you guys all the best and take care. Be blessed, okay? Ciao.